Mark Carney's directive to axe the consumer carbon tax last month became official today, ending a 6-year controversial policy amongst Canadians.
Means that you'll no longer have to pay more to fuel your car or heat your home.
Now, with the consumer portion of the tax gone, drivers should see prices drop nearly 18 cents per litre. For natural gas home heating, more than 15 cents per litre. What also ends are the rebate checks Canadians receive in the mail, money the federal government and the Parliamentary Budget Office said was greater than what Canadians paid into. Today, during his campaign stop, Carney is promising to transition Canadians.
The rebate checks will show up later this month for people, as usual, even though the carbon tax is not being collected. We kept it in place to help with the transition so that if we are returned to government, our tax cut will be in place, which then more than makes up for the rebate.
Fuel price watchdogs like GasBuddy.com have already reported lower prices at the pumps today, but questions remain whether gasoline distributors will keep the prices at desirable rates, including questions from NDP leader Jagmeet Singh today.
Let's watch very closely and see if these oil and gas companies jack up prices now, because prices should come down by removing it. But what we've said from the beginning is unless we put in place protections for Canadians against price gouging.
Gasoline retail business is relatively competitive. So I fully expect that these cost decreases will be passed on. The carbon tax disappearance will be passed on to consumers. It may take a few days in several places.
Since inception, the Trudeau government's installation of the levy drew mixed analysis on its effectiveness. Supporters ensured an emissions reduction, also saying Canadians would receive more money back in rebates, while critics question its positive impact on climate change and called it an economic burden to Canadians, tied to job losses and projected drops in the nation's gross domestic product. Conservative leader Pierre Poilievre, who primarily campaigned on axing the tax, fired shots at the Liberal Party today.
And they also know that the industrial carbon tax remains in place on the things that Canadians need: oil and gas, steel, cement, aluminum, and countless other industrial products. Those costs will be passed on to consumers.
Today, Alberta Premier Danielle Smith expressed her satisfaction over Ottawa's tax cut, but was asked whether she would like to see a policy overhaul on industry carbon pricing.
So we have to figure out what that right level is, how the program should look, but those are very much active consultations right now. What I would say is we've had industrial pricing since 2007, and it has stimulated so much investment in new technologies, and I believe that technology is going to solve all of our emissions problem.
Businesses are very good at planning long-term and making investment decisions that amortize over many years. Now they can make decisions based on a carbon price that reflects essentially the social cost of carbon, that basically incentivizes them to invest in CO2 reduction technologies.